Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to Fool's Town here in Cities Skylines. Guys, last episode we had some really big issues with the fact that we reached the build limit and we wasn't able to build anything else or any more in the city, and it looked like the series was coming to an end, and I honestly thought it was. But I've kind of done a few little things, found a few little mods. I can't really continue it much longer, but at least now I can build a little bit more with the mods that I got. I'll go through them in just a second. But we are pretty much on a countdown for now, the next few episodes. I don't know how far it's going to go, so I can't promise anything. But for now, I could probably get at least 1 or 2, maybe 3, 4, if we're lucky, 5 more episodes. So I want you to let me know in the comment section down below right now what you want to see the most in the next coming episodes. Now, the mods that I got was the ability to not need water pipes or, you know, the pylons for the electrical grid. By doing that, I could then delete all the electrical power lines and the pipes, and that gave me more nodes and segments that are pretty much available for me to build more stuff. And that has really helped me out. But with adding that mod in, it has caused some issues here, there, and everywhere. It got rid of all my concrete again, and I did get it all back in. And at some point, I don't know what happened to my airport. I'm about to kind of redo the airport too. It was a little bit weird, but I think we're pretty much good to go at this point. But pretty much now, if I go to check the water, we still have water pipes in some areas. I haven't deleted all of them. But if I zoom into other areas, there's no water pipes, but they're all now got water. And the reason I did this is because I've got this mod, which is the show more detail mod or something like that. I can't exactly remember what it is, but it shows us what the limit of each item is in the game and where we're at with it. Now, when I checked it last time, the big ones that we were hitting was simply the nodes and the segments, which is what we capped out at, and I couldn't build any more. But I got rid of the majority of the power lines and the water pipes. We brought it down. So basically, the game only allows you to have 36,000 segments. Now, we've got 26,000 at the moment. We hit that limit last episode, so we're good to go for a little bit longer. Same with the nodes as well. We hit that limit too. And the only ones that we're kind of looking towards reaching at the moment is the areas. We're well over that. Active vehicles, we're getting close. 16,000, we're at 15,000. Now, there is no mod that can increase that limit. I have a mod that increases the areas, obviously, because we're at 81 over 25. There is a mod for unlimited trees, but there's no mod that increases the segments or the nodes. And that's the issue we had last episode. It's those two here which made us unable to build anything extra. But with getting rid of the water pipes and the power lines, it's now brought it down for the segments an extra 10,000. So, guys, we're back in business, boys! Ah! Wait, calm down, Sonny. You go too crazy right now. So, I thought to myself, right, each episode now has to be a banger upon banger. There is still power lines and water pipes still in some areas, so I'm still yet to get rid of them. But this is the weird issue that I get every so often right now. Because we get that water pipe mod in, every so often we get a wave of the building saying there's not enough heat. Because you know you can add in the heating pipes. But because this is a map that doesn't require them, well, it kind of does. I mean, oh, actually, do you know what? I wonder if I put all this in, will it then get rid of it? That would be kind of interesting. Alright, hold on, guys. Hold on. This is the issue that I've got at the moment. We get a wave of, like, not enough heating. Now, if I built a boiler station, output 120. Should we go for the big one, the the geothermal heating plant? Gives 80 versus this one 120. How big are they? They're not that big. And I'm hoping that will then give me what I need. So I'm thinking, should I place it on this side maybe? Or in here? Right, we're just dropping one just there. Now by putting that in, right, I'm going to have to connect it via pipes just for the sake of that working. So heating consumption's a little bit higher. in general. Drop that one down as well. Right, just bear with me a second, guys. Heating production is completely up right now, so I'm hoping that would then solve that little wave of issues that we have. I think that's the only issue that I've kind of seen at the moment, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, each episode has to be a banger and banger, and I was trying to think what is the biggest things I need in the city, and today we're going to be taking a look at the education. Elementary is good. High school is kind of good. University is the big upset, and that obviously slows down how quickly we can educate everybody and get them into those high-paying jobs. Now, we only have one university at the moment, which is the University of Forstown, and I want to get the second one in. Now, I'm thinking, out of all the ones that we could get in, I'm thinking the trade school. Because if they get a good trade behind them, that will bode well into the industry areas. That's perfect. So I feel like I want to get this, or add that in, over in this area up here. Because it's near all the big industrial sections, so if they get commuting over here and working, they can commute then to the work areas down here, all the industrial section. That should be pretty cool. And we can throw it in. This annoys me that all my kind of paintwork is gone for the racetrack. It really does annoy me. But there's nothing, I got to get it back in, but there's nothing much I can do right now. So I got to pick an area. I still got to build this area up as well. And I'm thinking, it's quite a tough one, because if I go to the other university, it's quite a big area. So, I mean, I don't want to try and make it as big as this, because there is a lot of like dormitory buildings and stuff and whatnot in. So I feel like we'll take, and this is kind of on a slant as well, we'll take this area, or should I take this whole intersection? Like, if I had it in the middle, it's a trade school, so we can just build stuff around it. I feel like I need it in that area. What's the zoning like over here? So, okay. Right. If we get rid of the zoning coming down through this area. Ooh. It's going to be a little bit messy, but if I get rid of the zoning, and we treat everything that's unzoned here, even on this side of the road, as potentially this area for the university, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, boys. So I gotta paint down the campus area then. Let's go for the big boy. There we go. Bring that up. Right, that is right now our little campus area. So let's do a couple of roads then. So how did I do it over here again? I did that nice little driveway up, didn't I? I did the little round thing. I feel like that's something we should do similar over here too. I've just got to pick the area in which I want the driveway to go up to. So I think I have it come off this road here. That may be the best way to do it. So let's go with the one with the trees. Now, do I go with, what's this one here? This one's got a large avenue of grass. That one has bus lanes. Do I go down the bus lane route? Nah, we'll keep it with just like normal. Oh, with grass though. The grass could look pretty cool. So if I brought this up to, let's bring it up by 25. Yeah, 25 should be good. Let's take a look at that. Oh, the grass verge. I really like that. I don't know why, but I just kind of like that. And then, now this is the thing. I want to try and mimic this. It's so far away. So it went across by 10. Right, okay. I think that's all I need to look at right now. And then we're good to go, guys. So out by 10. Out by 10. Right. There we go. There we go. And I gotta try and remember as well how I did it before. Was it out by 7 and up by 4 or 5? By 7. I think it was something like that. If I can remember it like off the top of my head, I felt like this is what I did. But if it's not, it doesn't matter, because that looks pretty good and I'm happy with that. So, education, the trade school. So we need the main administration building, which we'll place right there, which turns us into the trade school area. Now, guys, in the comment section right now, give me some really good name suggestions for this trade school in Foolstown. We have the Foolstown University. So what would we call it? Something as simple as Foolstown Trade School Like, you know, I mean, it doesn't quite ring the bell, does it? It doesn't quite ring the bell. But let's get the path set up then. So we have to put anarchy on for this as well. And I'm going to bring this out by 20 either side. And then we'll go down by 30. And we'll cut straight back in. There we go. And then we'll play around with this then, like the buildings. So we have stuff like the dormitory, and this is the residential buildings for the students. We have the study hall. So I think I'm going to place down. Actually, turn the anarchy back off. Oh, hold on, guys. There we go. So I think I'll leave the dormitories till a little bit later. So do one there, one there. We have the trades school groundskeeping building, which I do one there and one just there. We have the book club, so do one either side as well. And when the buildings start to get a little bit bigger, we'll play around with sizing paths, which I think I'll actually do right now. So I'll bring this down by 20, bring this down by 20. If I bring this out by, if I can, 10, and go straight down like that. 10. There we go. So we're creating these weird, cool little patterns. And then we'll just bridge off as far as we can, like the end points. Like, make them frail. And I don't know how like, if we'll ever go into this kind of area. But it'd be kind of interesting to see if we would. Right, let's kind of bring that up a little bit. And we'll take it from this point where we'll go up 2 as well. So they're all different lengths around the where they meet all up. It's quite cool. I probably will do connection paths up to the end as well. It only makes sense if we do. But let's get some of these little kind of sections in. So that is like the little study. What is it? Outdoor study area. We have the trade school gymnasium, boys. Right, I'm trying to think of the best places where I can squeeze all these in. So place you up. Hold on here. It's the dormitories that we need more of, because that's like where you can bump up the capacity. So the trade school cafeteria, I'm going to drop 2 of these in on either sides. We have then the trade school fountain, which I feel like we should have the fountain just out the front, because that will look quite cool as you kind of enter the area. It's already looking like a pretty cool little campus, isn't it? I'm liking this. We have next then the trade school library, which I feel like we need 2 of these in a way. Right, I'm just like going like rummaging through the best little sections for it. Right, drop one just there. IT club, or the IT club. The IT club, boys. Right, we'll get like the smaller versions squeezing into all the little nooks and crannies. Now this is the... Oh, I thought that was the where they graduate, right? It's the... I don't know what that office is. It kind of looks like the one where they graduate from. But I don't think it is it? Is it? Is that what that building does? Impressive building provides great... Oh yeah, it is the thing for graduations. Sorry, I always thought it's called like a graduation. I don't know why, but I literally thought it was called a graduation building. I don't know where I got that from. Right, we got the auditorium in. We got the trade school laboratories. Right, we're getting super fancy right now. I need to be careful as well, because we do have the really, really big buildings that I throw in. Right, the trade school bookstore. Get in there. We have the medical lab. Ooh. Now that sounds fancy. I'll get you in just up here. We have the volleyball club. I don't think I've ever played volleyball in my life. The academic statue. Another one. And then these are the bigger buildings. I mean, we've got the police. Oh my goodness me. It's huge. Right, we can squeeze it in, but it does mean getting rid of some little path areas. We've got the tourism and travel building. Right. Right, I'm going to have to trim some of this stuff. Space already occupied by something here. So that is a high school, which I'm going to have to slightly move. I'll move it further down to here. Supermarket. Right, I think that was the only issue we had there. Damn, that's a big boy building. This campus is looking pretty dope. I like it. And then, is this going to be massive as well? Pretty much is. It'd be cool to get that there, so I'm going to have to move this building. And oh, that fits in just there nicely. Boom! 2 huge buildings in this area are quite dominating to the landscape. Right, can I move this up? Right, bring it up slightly, not too much. I do like, I mean, yeah, it has created that quite dominant ditch. It has created a dominant ditch there, but I'm trying to think if I pull it in over here, maybe. Well, at least one of them. Let me delete these paths here. Right, let me play around with this design then. So let's, for example, get rid of the move tool. Why can't I select on anything? There we go. So let's just move these quickly. And let's play around with their spacing and stuff like that. So if I threw that one over there. Now, this one is the bigger one out of the 2. I think it's the bigger one out of the 2. If I drop there, that kind of goes in pretty fine. It's then making the room for this one. Now, the path is not as high on this side. But it still doesn't look great. Right, let's move you just over there quickly. Now, I could get it just there. I could. But I'm going to move to high school again. Right, let's throw the high school just here. Right, it would mean... Oh, wait. Oh, is there another building there? What's that? Elementary school. Right, no, I can't squeeze it in there. Right, let's get it just there a second. Right. It takes away from both sides of here the very dominating cliff edge it makes. But I do like the cliff edge, and I'm going to keep it in if I can move this. I can. There. I do have to get dormitories and stuff in as well. So, let's pause it for a second. We're going to get the ye old smoothing tool to buff some of these edges. And pretty much some of these buildings around here too, just kind of satisfy some of the areas. There we go. I like the dominance down and place some trees, make it look really nice. But the only thing we're now missing then is the dormitories. Now, how big are these buildings? So, dormitories, they have a student capacity of 300 each one does. Now, what we'll do is we'll place a couple down around the general spots that we have available. Hopefully without causing too many issues. There we go. Right, the dominating hillside can be kind of fixed with a couple of trees and stuff like that. So, this capacity is 5,900. If you compared it to capacity of University of Foolstown at 25,000. Oh, man. Right, yeah, you can see the dominance. But I don't want to make this too big. That's another thing we've got going on with this place as well. I don't want to make it too big. I kind of like the idea of it fitting in that small little section. So we kind of have to kind of slightly cheat the system, boys. And if I do use the anarchy, and we go for some more, what do you call it? Dormitories. I can kind of merge them in the buildings. And it then does start to did it start to up our capacity? 15,000 it's now at. Do you see where we go with this? Right, so if I kind of just steal a couple and place some in. Obviously it's not ideal, but like I don't want to expand it any bigger than what it is. And I've also got to be careful about my okay, let's check out our limits. So we still got 10,000 segments to go. It's the nodes that we don't have 10,000 on. We've got 5, 6, 7, 7,000, which is okay. So it's still looking pretty good. Everything's still looking pretty good at the moment. Not too shabby, boys. Right, so this is our university, and so at this point it holds 23,000 people. It might seem like a ridiculous amount, but it's just trying to satisfy the education need. Now, let's take the university one. It's almost there, and when I get the other university in, the science one I believe it is, that will then bring us into our capacity, which is perfect. So let's sort out then some of the path. And then we'll place out some trees, concrete the areas we want concrete in, and then we're pretty much good to go. So, education, path over here. Let's bring this down then. So, we're also going to have to try and give it some really good public transport systems, or transport abilities, which we do have a subway line, and I think we've seen it earlier going around here, somewhere underground. So that would be nice to basically create a stop over this side as well. Right, I'm just kind of seeing the areas where we could drop down some concrete sections in just a moment. Is that as far as I want to take those little cutting areas? I think so. I think so. So let's take a look what the subway line is at the moment. So there is a stop there. And there is a stop there. Is there any need for a stop? I mean, we could have like a dedicated subway line for here. And if I pull it there on the hill, how does that look? It's like you're climbing a mountain in this section, aren't you? That's kind of what it feels like. So let's take from that level. I'm on the smoothing tool there. There we go. So it will get. I kind of like that little section there as well as you kind of climb down from it. It will get hidden with some, like, we place a couple of rocks down and maybe some trees and stuff, so we can hide it. It's not an issue. But we need to get this subway line linked together. So let's put a snapping back on, boys. There we go. Bring this down. Right, put it back into play then. So when the line updates and continues around here, we can then drag and drop a stop. Right. Oh. So if I drag a stop just there, that should have updated nicely. Now, are we getting that wave of heating issue again because have we gone over? Yeah, the needs have gone up again. So let's crawl back over here. So okay, let's pause. And it's actually a small one. We'll use the small. We'll do the merging technique. Can we get away with that? It's a big mess over here. Right, I'll figure it. I'll sort something out in the future, but it's just that we're only getting this issue because I've got the unlimited. Well, I got the no need for pipes mod in right now. So yeah, right. Let's concrete the areas that we want before we place down the trees. So I'm thinking that there be certain sections like this area or here. I want to concrete. So we're creating plazas in a way. That's the idea of it anyway. So I'll concrete this little patch here. We'll do this section here, which will feed in to the zoning that we're also going to have around the areas. So I know some of it's got a little bit of trees, but you don't need to worry about that. We're actually concrete the whole little area down here as well. There we go. We can get rid of some of the trees anyway, but we won't be able to get rid of all of them because some of them are connected to buildings and whatnot. And then over here, we'll do the same. Actually, we'll just do the same in the corners too. So concrete all this leading up to it. And then trees. So what trees do we have in this area? Okay, it's not the big dominating ones. But it'd be nice to get some like larger. Alright, it's brush size. Go for the little bushes. Oh, where am I going? Don't know where I was going there for a second, guys. So I'm trying to get all different types of green trees. I mean, I know all trees are green, kind of. Like, we're about doing the dominating ones. Like the big tall ones, because this is not the area for it. So let's see if we can get drop a little bit of colour in here too. We're not going to be able to get much more in. Oh, I like this. I like the little driveway down to it. I don't know what it is about this whole little section, but I kind of like it. Now, the thing is then, I mean, I'm going to place some rocks up here, but like, would I place any commercial or any residential or any zoning on this side of the road? I don't think I would. I don't think I'm going to go down that route. Now, I do want some rocks then to kind of close this up. Let's go from different pattern ones as well. I like doing little spiral connections. And it adds and brings it together. And then we do little patterns that go through. They're like little floor markings, aren't they? That adds to it as well. Brings this whole area to life, boys. I like it. So, let's get the zoning set up then. So, let's go for some... the lower density commercial. I'll add it in around there. Let's get it as far as we can go up to there. I'll actually get rid of that one just there. I won't place anything in. But I will get it on this side. All that commercial down in the little areas. Which is pretty sweet as we get this whole little section set up. So our little, it's like a little trade school, isn't it? I like it. I like it. So it does have 7,500 students at the moment. Now policies. Oh, that's a point. Yeah. What policies do we set on this one? Right. Okay, we do have a high capacity. 8,000 capacity. Okay. We have fan club advertising campaign. Oh, we need a stadium. I just forgot about that. We do need a stadium to make it official, because I don't have the sports section set up yet. So yeah, we can't do any of that. Okay, stadiums. I forgot about the stadiums. Not museums. The sports here. Oh, wait. Okay, so which one did these guys have? They've got this one, right? Yeah. Which, that one is the American football. So why don't we make... Should we make... Right, okay, let me go back. I want to see the space I've got before I decide who I'm making, or what sport I'm making this college have, or university have. So basketball arena is probably a good one as well. What was that one again? Was that the aquatics? I think I might go basketball, to be honest. Right. Yeah, I'm going to go basketball. So let's continue with this road here. It's not going to go far up. So it goes up to here. And... Alright, if I was to drop it there... Okay, we could get it there, but let me actually get the road. Right, if I brought a road across here, I just want to see if I can fit it in. I could, but it's gonna merge into the roundabout. Alright, so rather than bring up another 10, we'll bring it up by 5. And let me just take it straight across for a second. So drop it there. Which it digs in a bit, which is not an issue at all. But it's like you kind of don't want it to do that, do you? So let's try that again. Rather than... Right, we'll just make it come up by 10 on its own. And make it go straight across. Now it's only dipping into the ground because the road is at that level. And again, it doesn't matter that it does do that. I just want it far enough away from the edge that I can do some slight terraforming again. So pick that level, brush size. Or maybe a bigger brush. Because we can do what we like. We kind of did with. Alright, but we're gonna have to do some softening over here, boys. We could almost do like what we did over here with the key walls. Let's yeah, let's see what that would look like if we was to go down that route. So if I went to there, went right, let's go to there and bent it round like that. Ooh, that's good. That's very good. And then we just use the flattening just to take away some of those big bits. There we go. Smudge that one out a little bit there. We just got to bring these little sections down and we can make it look really good. So let's see with the move it tool then if I can. Oh no, boom. Merge these down so they kind of go in. We'll see what we can do with the landscaping around it. I mean, that one looks pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. So just a little bit of finishing touches to it. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Looking pretty good. I like it. Right, sweet. Okay, then, so there is a little bit of car park around. So if I was to create, if I was to go down to there, create a full gap there. And we want to go as far back. Oh no, actually we can. We can go as far back there. Sweet, mate. And then get that glorious car park. Here it is. So people can park when there's a big game going on. Nope, Sediac. Folio. Yeah, boy. I think I got the mod that I can actually build like a proper car park. I just never use it. I just never do I? And that looks pretty cool. I'm already quite impressed with how that's going to be looking and turning out. So the road comes up to there. So that will eventually lead on into other areas. That will go down to there and that will become the main little section. So if I made this go straight across, there wouldn't be anything really up in this area. It is quite a slant, isn't it? So I could just like make a general, or make a general road go to there. Create a little section there, just to play around with it. Give it a little bit of space that we can use. Yeah, why not? Why not go for that? Just trying to keep away from the highway, but we kind of keep this whole little section engraved in. Now, the thing is, would I concrete the below section? I don't know if I'd do something like that, but what I could try. Now, what if I, for example, went to there? And let's say we just bring this road to there a second. Now that would tie things in quite nicely. I brought the land down to. If I can find the point there, the land on this doesn't have to come down straight away now, does it? I can play around with that. Same over here, I can actually bring it up a tad. There we go. And then just play around with the softening of the little landscape. I kind of like that. I really do. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I kind of really like that. I think it's pretty sweet. And yeah, I'm gonna concrete it. To me, it only feels right that I do this. Because we've got the designated car parking area there around it, and then this is where like has like all the food courts and stuff, and like little food wagons just outside before the game. And I'll get rid of the trees that are not a part of it. So some of them I can't get rid of because it's actually a part of the building. There we go. Right, there's a lot more we need to throw in this area as well. Like, yeah, we got this here. We'll actually put in, we'll set up some commercial. So the commercial can fill this gap, can fill it up to here. Now I take it to that point because I don't know how, or you know, what way it's going to bend round over there. Now I could do a lot of commercial over here as well. Let me first build a nice little path. There we go. Or I might just stick it as simple residential. But I don't know how much there would... Actually, no residential. I got a better idea. We'll go offices. Just because they're not going to like to live near the edge of by the highway. I have to put some sound barrier roads in there eventually. But that's pretty good. I'm liking this whole little setup there. We've still got a lot of space to play around with as well. What I will do, because we have the subway right there, which people are now starting to use, Rather than walking our way down there, let's come back up. We create a crossroad as well. So, not a crossroad, a cross path. So if I go straight like that, granted they can't exactly. If I did that, swing it like that there, they could technically cross the road because because I got the anarchy on. It puts the path through the road. So that'll be fairly interesting to see how that plays out. But that connection is there. It's manageable. You can do that. That's gonna be pretty sweet, boys. So already at this point, then, we got the sport thing set up now. I'll leave it as it is. I don't know what we would call this place or whatever, or kind of the identity. I kind of like the kind of the pirate theme we got going on here. But policies, I'll do fan club and advertising campaign. Where are we at with the school year? So we're still ticking along with the school year. Or the academic year, should I say. Which is pretty solid. Getting lots of stuff now being thrown in. What is the education levels like now? So it's only 11% uneducated at the moment. 63% highly educated. But the big thing is now then, we've really increased our capacity for the university, which is really, really handy. What's our unemployment levels like? I know they're quite high, 33%. We got to throw. I mean, there is a lot of jobs. There definitely is a lot of jobs in these areas. But you know, you just got to do what you got to do, really. I'm just waiting for that moment where we see people cross over here, but I don't feel like it's going to happen anytime soon. I don't know if we'll see it just yet. If any of these will do it. Nah, I don't think they're going to. But we do have the little spot there. Full start looking pretty nice. Let me just check the limits again. So we do have a lot of room for movement. I mean, the one we're getting quite close to is the buildings. 49,000 buildings we're allowed to have. We got 41,000. But then technically you're probably thinking, yeah, but it's 8,000 away. We're actually closer on the nodes. We're 7,000 away. So what you got to think of, if we max out the segments, nodes, and buildings, any of them three max out, we can't build any more. And that's the issue we hit last time. But we seem to be doing pretty good. So, oh man, I'm actually quite excited the fact that we can come back. I mean, that's the thing though. Now we have that visual thing that we can see to watch our limits. We'll see how things go. I love like how the skyline kind of stops so abruptly. I know it seems a bit weird, but you can't really tell like there. When you zoom in and you see, it's because there is a freaking mountain there. Makes glorious sense, boys. Makes glorious sense. I like it. This whole Falls Town is back up and running, guys. But then again, I mean, if you made it this far in the video, I'm sure some of you haven't. And if you haven't, then it doesn't matter because obviously you're not watching right now. I will still make this a save game available when we eventually do reach the limit. So don't worry about that. We'll still get it up and running. But actually, when you zoom out, I mean, this one is so dominant in the color scheme of it. It's like blue. You don't really have a color scheme to this, do you? Apart from the school team, which is like yellow. But you don't have a dominant color to the buildings. And it fits in really nice. Even with the rocks, you can't really tell as much. And that's what makes it blend in so good. This little section right now, because the land now seems to be elevated because of the two ditch sides that we've created. This is glorious. This is absolutely glorious, boys. But anyway, we're going to end it for here. We've got a lot of stuff we need to do to focus. Tuition fees. We're actually getting quite a nice little chunk of tuition fees right there. Are we still getting tuition fees from the one over here? We are. So as the episodes tick along, as time goes by, more and more people come to this university. We're going to be rocking and rolling. Guys, hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And if you're hyped for the next one, let me know in the comment section too. But until next time, I'll see you all soon. So good.